Brazil's changing face of football. What's really going on? Picture this. The stadium lights blaze, drums echo across the stands, and the world's eyes fix on a team once feared by every opponent. Brazil, five-time world champions, the nation that taught the planet how to dance with a ball, is suddenly fighting for rhythm. Fans everywhere are asking, has the magic truly faded, or is a new era about to explode onto the pitch? Over the past few years, Brazil's football journey has been anything but smooth. Their reputation remains legendary, but the results have wavered. After the heartbreak of the 2022 World Cup, the Seleção seemed to lose their spark. The exit of longtime coach Tite signaled the start of a restless search for stability, a carousel of managers that left players and supporters wondering who could restore the Brazilian way. First came Ramon Menezes, tasked with steadying the ship. His spell was short and uninspiring. Then the federation turned to Fernando Diniz, hoping for a tactical revolution. Yet consistency remained elusive. Finally, the board placed its faith in Rodrygo Jr., a respected figure, but one who could not summon the Samba flair that once terrified defenses. Under Rodrygo, Brazil's once free-flowing football looked strangely mechanical, as if the team had forgotten how to dance. And then arrived a name that made the entire football world sit up, Carlo Ancelotti. The Italian master, famous for commanding Real Madrid's galaxy of stars, agreed to take charge of Brazil. His calm authority and tactical genius earned him the nickname Don Carlo, and many believed he could be the savior. Since his appointment, Brazil have played 4 matches, 2 wins, 1 draw in the first 3, enough to ignite headlines that the Seleção was reborn. But football is never that simple. The most recent match exposed challenges that even Ancelotti's brilliance can't immediately fix. Brazil suffered a rare defeat in a stadium perched nearly 4,000 meters above sea level, a location where the air itself becomes an opponent. Visiting teams often struggle for breath. Oxygen levels drop, stamina drains away, and even the most gifted athletes feel heavy-legged. For South American sides unaccustomed to such altitude, this is more than a tactical battle. It's a test of survival. That physical reality partly explains the loss, but does not tell the whole story. Look closer, and you'll find structural issues within the squad. Midfield, traditionally Brazil's engine room, looked alarmingly fragile. Players like Lucas Paqueta, Andre Santos, and Bruno Guimarães should have commanded the center, yet they repeatedly lost control and cohesion. Passing lanes closed, second balls were surrendered, and the rhythm of play broke down. Without a reliable midfield trio, even the most talented forwards are starved of service. Speaking of forwards, Richarlison remains a puzzle. Nominally Brazil's spearhead, his performance in that match earned a modest rating of just 6.3. For a striker, such numbers raise eyebrows. Goals win games, and when the tip of the spear is blunt, the whole attack suffers. Unless Richarlison finds sharper form, competition for his starting spot will only intensify. Ancelotti also made a bold choice that night. 9 changes to the starting lineup compared with the previous game. At first glance, that decision puzzled fans. But context matters. With World Cup qualification already secured, the coach likely wanted to test his wider squad, giving fringe players valuable minutes and reducing injury risk for key stars. Playing at extreme altitude carries its own hazards. Resting mainstays like Vinícius Júnior or Marquinhos might have been a calculated safeguard rather than a gamble. Still, the lesson is clear. Brazil cannot depend solely on a managerial miracle. Ancelotti's arrival raised expectations sky high, but even a coach of his pedigree needs time. Building a cohesive system demands patience, repetition, and trust. The Seleção's identity has always combined artistry with discipline. Right now, that balance is missing. For Brazil to truly roar again, several things must happen. Midfield chemistry must be rebuilt. Whether it's a new trio or a tactical tweak, the center of the park has to become a fortress and a launch pad. Finishing efficiency must improve. A single clinical striker or a rotating cast who can all score will be vital in tournaments where one chance can define a legacy. Squad depth must remain a priority. Injuries, suspensions, and grueling travel across South America demand a pool of players ready to step in without weakening the team. And above all, the players themselves must rediscover the joy of Brazilian football. It's easy to romanticize the past, the days of Pelé, Romario, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, but every generation writes its own story. The current squad, with talents like Vinicius, Rodrygo, and emerging midfield prospects, has the raw ability to thrill the world. What they need is time to gel, to trust one another, and to embrace the fearless creativity that defines the yellow jersey. So is Brazil broken? Hardly. Think of this moment not as decline, but as transformation. The road to the next World Cup is long, and Ancelotti's project is only beginning. The loss at altitude is a reminder that greatness is never automatic. It must be earned, match by match, training session by training session. For fans, that's both a challenge and a promise. Yes, the Samba Kings have stumbled, but when Brazil finds its rhythm, the world listens. The question is not whether they will rise again, but how spectacular their comeback will be.